How's it going, everybody? It is your boy AfroBlac coming at y'all with yet another video. Looks like we got yet another BGS standard grading return. Um, it's gonna have a bit of variety, a little bit of Final Fantasy, a little bit of Digimon, and a little bit of Pokemon. After this video on the 10th, they will be going live. Some of them will be just set at a static price. Some of them will be on bidding. So you guys can follow the link below and go ahead and see if you want or are interested in any of them. Um, got about 15 cards, I believe, here. So let's go ahead and hop into it, shall we? Okay. First things up, we got a Cloud. So all the Final Fantasy cards I have as of right now are from the that one promo folder I showed in, I think my first BGS video, I believe. Um, I actually took them all out and I'm sending them in bit by bit because I have other cards I want to send into, so I'm just kind of like putting them in here and there. I put in the three most gorgeous ones, I guess you could say. These are ones that I have no idea whether or not I even want to sell yet. So, but like I said, any of them that I do plan on selling should show up on August 10th. And they should either, like I said, either be static or they're going to be 7 to 9 day bidding time. So, but this is the Cloud. I love how they are like noir style. They're black and white, gradient gray. They got the golden signature, as you can see, embroidered and emboldened, I guess, in foiled, elevated foil, whatever you want to call it. They have the creator or one of the creators of Final Fantasy, his signature stamped on here. But it's a gorgeous card that goes well with Gem Min 9.5. It's a solid gold label. I would have loved a pristine 10, either gold or black label, either one, but it is what it is. The cards were limited to 3,500 copies of each, so I kind of figured that the condition would actually be pretty solid overall. So there's that. But I can't be mad about this grade. It is what it is, and it's probably going to stay in my collection for the time being, but you never know. Next up is the Aerith card, also a 9.5. This one actually got a 10 as well on one of them, but it was the centering. The other one had a 10 on corners with the rest on 9.5s. This one had 10 on centering with the rest being 9.5s. Also a gorgeous card, Noir. And the thing about Noir is that they have selective parts of like whatever the picture is that have some actual color. For Aerith, it's her bandana or her ribbon, and I believe actually I don't know what Clouds is. Oh, I think it's the just the signs up here. I think these are the ones that actually have the color. But gorgeous card, gorgeous foiling. Can't be mad about the grading. So yeah. The last one that I sent in Final Fantasy related was actually this one, which is Tifa, personally my favorite. This one got two 10s, a 9.5, and the surface got a 9. I don't know where the blemish is. I looked it over before I sent it in, but I mean, it could have happened in the top loader or the card saver. It could have happened while I'm grading it. It could have happened while I was taking it out of the folder itself. I have no idea. But nonetheless, it still got a 9.5, so it's pretty solid in my book. Once again, a gorgeous card. You can see the noir on her gloves, I guess you'd call them brawler's gloves. It's a gorgeous card. Love the noir styling, and I can't wait to send in some more of them and see what I get on. Moving on to some Digimon. Okay, so the Digimon was a little bit more brutal. Honestly, it kind of made me sad to see what kind of grades I got, but it is what it is. Overall, it was a good grading time this time around. So this is my Rosemont Burst mode. It is the alternate art from versus Royal Knights. It's the 13th booster set. I got this one in not in Japan, but it's Japanese. I picked it up for about like 35, 45 bucks, like that. Unfortunately, it got an 8.5 with the corners and edges kind of just destroying the grade. Everything else was pristine. Um, I looked at it, and top left corner actually has a little bit of whitening you can see right there. There's a little bit of whitening on the edges over here and at the bottom too, which I didn't see, so that's my fault. It's still a gorgeous card. I can't be mad that I picked it up. It's just unfortunate that I wasn't paying attention. So, but yeah, really beautiful card. Has some good texturing. Love the colors. White and pink, can't go wrong with that. So yeah, pretty good card. Next up is actually a English card. This one specifically is my Beelstarmon. I picked this up like a month or so ago, and I had been wanting this card graded in general. I was preferring a Gem Mint 9.5 or higher, just because I'm low key like a perfectionist when it comes to cards. I try to get the best grade possible. As much as I would like to say it doesn't matter what the grade is if it's going into my collection, it kind of does. It just depends on how old it is. I expect Modern to have a little bit better standards when it comes to quality control, but Digimon seems to be still struggling with that a little bit. Hence why I actually got a 9. So once again, corners, they got a 8.5. Edges got a little bit better this time around with a 9. However, um, it just did not quite make the mark. Um, there's a little bit of whitening right here, but that's the only thing I can really see. I'm assuming that's what actually dinged it. In all honesty, I don't know for sure, but yeah, no. Overall, it got a 9. It could have been worse, um, but yeah. Next up is the last Digimon card, which would be this Venusmon alternate art. Once again, picked this card up in Japanese for about 40 bucks. Thought the card looked really solid overall, so I was just like, why not send it in and see what I can get? I don't know anything about the shows, Venusmon, or anything like that, so all I seen was a gorgeous art, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get this and see what happens. Unfortunately, it also got a 9. The surface actually, or this one actually did overall the best out of all of them. Um, it was the most consistent, at least. It could have been better, but not really much I can do about that. Um, there was barely any blemishes from what I can remember. Uh, but yeah, definitely could have been better. Um, Still a gorgeous card though. I think I'm actually going to be putting all 3 of the Digimon cards up for sale just because I'll just sell them off, just recoup my losses, and then try and find some more that were actually in decent condition. But yeah. Next up is actually a pretty pleasant surprise. So I recently decided that I wanted to, or I picked these up, or all 3 of the Gen 1 Evolutions promos through the boxes, because I found some that were, I found some boxes at my local Walmart, so I picked up one of each. I ended up actually getting a 9.5 on this one. So this is out of the box that I bought personally. It got a gem mint 9.5. The corners were actually pretty solid. Were only a 9, but everything else evened out to a 9.5. So I'm pretty happy about that. I decided that I wanted to get this or all of the Evolution VMAXs at least in a 9.5. So this is the second one that I have. The first one is my Moonbryon, which obviously is the most expensive. So I just figured just to get that one right out of the way. I have this one, and then I still have the Vaporeon and Flareon to grade. But this one actually graded pretty well, so I'm pretty happy about that. So I guess I have high hopes for the other two because they were in similar condition. So yeah, this one is definitely going in my personal collection, um, and it will probably stay there for a while. So very happy with that turnout, pretty solid. Speaking of Umbreon, I picked this up from a friend of my girlfriend's. So this is the Sun and Moon Umbreon and Darkrai promo from Sun and Moon. I picked this up for about 20 bucks at the time, that one and the Espeon promo. Um, I just figured it was a good price, and I was actually interested in possibly picking it up for the personal collection. But like I said, I like to have at least 9.5s or higher in my collection unless it is vintage. So unfortunately, this one will be getting sold. As you can see, the centering was not the best because, as you can see on the back, this is a bit heavy and this is a bit heavy up here, along with being crooked. And then it's a little bit, I think it's a little bit top heavy as well. So didn't do the best on this one, so the centering kind of screwed it over a little bit, but it is what it is. I threw it in because I thought, why not? Could have it could do worse. Um, so you guys will probably be seeing this one up for sale as well. Um, and we'll probably just try again later and see if I can get like a 9.5 or higher. Next up on the Pokemon list is this bad boy. So on my last video of BGS, this card was actually omitted because I decided to break it or crack it open and resend it in because I personally didn't think that the centering deserved an 8.5. Cracked it, resent it in, got the results back. It still came back with the same exact subgrades, so at least they were consistent. So it was very close to getting a 9.5 or higher, but unfortunately, it was just a little bit too bottom heavy over here, and the bottom and the top over here are crooked on the back. So not much I can do about that. So I will definitely be selling this card off too to try and recoup the losses, and then probably just invest the money into something else. But I mean, I as much as I'm sad about it, at least Beckett was consistent about the grade. It could be that they just recognized the card and they just gave it the same exact grade. I'm not really for sure. So still a gorgeous card, just not the right time to be grabbing it. So we'll try again at some other point for that one. Next up is my girlfriend's Miriam. So, like a month and a half, 2 months ago, we went to our local card shop and they had this card and a couple other full art trainers slash special art rares that she was actually interested in. And I was kind of surprised because I kind of said it as a joke, but she was actually saying, yes, I actually do want this card. So I was just like, you know what? I'll get it for you and a couple others. So I got her this one, the Rainbow Irita from Astral Radiance, and the full art, I guess, alternate art Irita from Crown Zenith. So I sent this one in for her. She didn't obviously have to pay a dime. I just sent it in for her because it was a gift, both the card and the grading. So we happily actually got a 9.5 on this one. I'm very happy about that. It is my girlfriend's very first graded card. So I got her this as well as I will be getting her a Aurora graded guard whenever they come out for BGS, along with a Phantom display. I recently got super crazed over the Phantom displays. I think they're gorgeous. They're great for protecting your cards, and on top of that, like they just look great for display. Phantom display, good for display. Who would have thought? So this card will go great with the Aurora graded guard, and I'll be getting on one of the Phantom displays to put it on the desk, and it'll be your first experience with it. So I hope she enjoys it. Next up, we have some more Sun and Moon. So this card I picked up for about 30 bucks, give or take. Um, and I think like a couple months after I picked it up, like 6 months ago, it jumped up from like 30 bucks all the way to like 50 or 60. It was crazy. I think Sun and Moon has recently just started blowing up. It's just kind of out of nowhere, in my opinion, but I'm not complaining. Sent this one in because obviously it's Japanese. It's a modern card. You can't really go wrong with it unless something is visibly super wrong with it. It takes quite a bit to, like, in my eyes, for a modern card to actually not get anything less than a 9, 9.5, something like that. So yeah, so I sent this one in and we got a 9.5 on this. Very strong 9.5 slash PSA 10 if anyone ever decided to crack it and reslab it in PSA. Did really good. We're really happy with this turnout. Um, and I don't really have any desire really to keep it, so I'll probably be putting this up on my eBay store as well. Um, I don't know what the pop report is. I'm sure it will pop up somewhere in the video along with the rest of the pop reports. Um, Very gorgeous card though. I'm actually starting to have, or rainbow rares are really starting to grow on me, and I think it's mainly the texturing looks a lot more sophisticated and complex versus like it just being like a flat fingerprint in English. So I mean, yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Next up, we actually have two gorgeous cards, both in a pristine 10, which would be this Arceus and Giratina, the gold rares from V-Star Universe. We'll go over the Arceus first. So this card I got for about 60 bucks off of a Japanese seller on eBay. Card looked really nice, really solid, so I was just like, why not? And it ended up coming back as a pristine 10. Um, really happy with that. The corners obviously could have been better, and that sucks that that held it back from a black label, but it is what it is. Couldn't have asked for more. I actually did a lot better than I thought it would. I thought it would just get a 9.5 at most. But no, it actually did really solid. Really happy with that turnout. Um, but yeah, this card and the Giratina, along with eventually the Palkia and the Dialga gold rares from V-Star Universe, will be going to my personal collection. So I'm really hoping to get those back in a pristine 10 or higher. So yeah, pretty solid. And then obviously the other one is the Giratina, also came back in a pristine 10. This one had a 9.5 on edges unless instead of the corners, so it is what it is. And it's also not sequential, but I also sent it in. I sent in my order with like 4 other individuals, so I'm really not surprised. But yeah, no, they're both gorgeous cards that are gold, and now they have a gold label to go with them. So pretty solid. And the last one would be yet another Celebi. This one is from the purchase campaign from Japan. This card was not in a set, but it was a purchase campaign promo for Jet Black Geist. So it was just like a Black Star promo. It wasn't in the set itself, and it was just individual. I wanted this card in a high grade both for the English and the Japanese. I found this one for a reasonable price, so I picked it up. Um, and it ended up coming back as a 9.5, a very strong one, if that. I can't be mad about that. It's going in my personal collection, so it's good stuff. I was kind of hoping for a pristine 10, but beggars can't be choosers. I'll take a 9.5 gem mint. Gold label goes well with it, and yeah. So, but yeah. So I that's all in all the amount for the grading. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I enjoyed the submission a lot, and definitely will be sending in some more here soon. I'm just waiting on a couple cards, which I'm actually going to grab tomorrow morning before work. So you guys will probably see those in the next submission, and those will be a surprise. But if you guys enjoyed it, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, comment on the video. Tell me what you like and didn't like about the video. Tell me if the editing is fantastic or not. And also make sure to go and click on the links that are down in the relevant description below. There should be a Discord in there, Twitch links, all that good stuff. So that's all I got for y'all today. Have a good one.